right, welcome everybody to tonight's Committee of the Whole meeting. It is Tuesday, July 7th at 6:30 p.m. Can I get a roll call?
Finkler.
Here.
Fuller.
Here.
Hammer.
Here.
Lawson.
Here.
Reed.
Here.
Relke.
Here.
Rosted.
Here.
I acknowledge this meeting was posted and noticed according to law.
All right, I'll look for a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a first by Alder Rosted and a second by Alder Rolke. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Agenda approved. Anybody for public comment?
We have Brian Nagel.
Okay, come on up. Yeah, with the little face.
There we go. Okay. Brian Nagel, 551 West Harrison Street. I just wanted to bring up some concerns I had about the Ethics Committee composition that is in the agenda packet for today. It seems like the reason for doing that is to kind of avoid some structural conflict of interest, but it seems like by having chair people from different committees and boards, that just kind of shifts that structural conflict of interest and still kind of keeps it. When I have been kind of looking at how this is done at other communities, it looks like many of the communities around the area, their ethics committee is made up of the majority of at-large community members. And in most instances, it's actually specified that those community members should not be on any city committees or boards. I think that avoids any kind of conflict where people who are working on chairs or chairs of committees or are on a committee are not making decisions about people that they may be working with as like either a city staff liaison or a city council member who's a liaison on their commission. So I just wanted to kind of raise that concern and see if maybe we could adopt an ethics committee composition that's more in line with what other communities around Wisconsin are doing, and also provides community members kind of a low stakes way of being involved with the city as well. So that's it.
All right, thank you. All right, on to new business. Discussion regarding ordinance number 817-26 concerning the composition of the Ethics Committee. Matt?
So the goal of this is, I think both Molly and Joe talked to me about guidance from the League of Wisconsin Municipalities that recommended the council not serve as the Ethics Committee. And so I went about this trying to find a way to create an Ethics Committee that didn't necessarily create another committee that doesn't meet unless there's an issue or reason to meet. I'd refer to Joe if he feels there are community members that he, because I know obviously we aren't flooded with applicants to serve on city committees, and I know it's a big job the mayor has of finding people to serve on committees, and I'd refer to him as to whether he feels he could find 5 individuals willing to serve or not.
Finding committee members has always been a struggle. Board of Review is one that meets once a year. The Zoning Board of Appeals meets whenever needed, and we put it out on the city website and Facebook page, but also just with contacting people. Finding somebody for Board of Review, I finally got a hold of the guy whose term was up, but I had contacted several people and to see if they would be willing to serve on that. And again, you only meet once a year. So, it's a struggle. I understand from the public comment. I understand that. I mean, my main focus was that for this whole thing is that your ethics committee should not be your council. I have no issue with us putting it out there and then just in trying to find people, but I just know what the struggles have been in the past. So,
Yeah, I'd agree. The comments are well stated. I think the challenge with this is you're going to have a conflict you have a potential conflict in any scenario, right? It's a small community, and even if you had 5 independent members or 7 independent members, whatever the council decides, you still run that risk of having the same concern or issue. And at least how this is structured, you've got a system in place for replacing members who have a conflict of interest.
Alder Ested?
How did we pick the committees that are outlined in here? Like, why doesn't it come from the PFC, or like, how are the committees that were left out?
This was a random discussion between the city attorney and I of which committees we felt made sense. And this is clearly, if this is the route you want to go, the council can clearly determine which committees you want to
Yeah,
utilize.
just a question.
I don't think there was any science to it.
Okay, and then I guess it's not time sensitive, and I would agree with Joe that let's put it out there, see if we get people. I have an email of an individual that wants to volunteer for it, so we're down to 4. But let's see if we can find the 4, and if we can't, then we revert back to this. That's my suggestion.
Alder Lawson?
So are you saying ask for volunteers, and if you don't get enough, then the alternates are the chairs of those committees? That's how you'd backfill for any vacancy? Because you could write this that way and move it along while we're trying to find volunteers.
Go ahead, Alder Ested.
I don't know. I like it that way, yes. But do we want to change it from the chair as well, or do we want to leave the chair in there? Like, I mean, this is where we should discuss it. It's better here than council discussion. So I just think we should attempt to find volunteers. And if we want to rewrite this or have Matt wordsmith it that it aligns to what we agree with, then you backfill based on the committees. And if you want to keep it random, go in the order that they're listed on here for the holes that are open. Like if you have one opening, then the utility commission we pick the person off the utility commission. Or the council president gets the first seat. I mean, we can write it the way we want to write it.
I like the idea of, I think, from what Brian was saying, is, having non-council members. So the idea of trying to find volunteers is great, and then backfilling with the community chairs. I think it's nice to say chair because those people have been chosen by that peer group to represent them. So you would hope that they've already agreed to some additional responsibility by doing that, right? So this additional task shouldn't be a huge ask, especially with how infrequently this group would meet. And I think you could just, if there is a need to meet, right, you can start calling chairs, and the first one that says, yes, I'm available, then great. Then you've got your person to fill the vacancy for that issue that's coming up or meeting, right?
Is that a way we could do it? Like, call them? Because the concern I would have is, say there's an issue with the planning commission, and that's what's coming to the ethics committee. The planning commission shouldn't be involved in that.
Right, correct.
So I would be in favor of what Mike said. Obviously, if what the ethics is reviewing, that commission or committee is left out.
Alder Reed?
Oh, thank you. I'm also liking the idea of the hybrid plan for having the community members on the forefront and having the rotation of chairs on the back burner, and knowing that it would most likely wind up being the chairs, but trying to bring the public in. I think it would, I think it would work.
Is this something, Matt, because it kind of sounds like that's the route we want to go? Are we, do we have enough where we can move this to council, do you think, and approve it with those changes? Or do you want to take this back and work with the attorney?
I think this is easy enough to edit, that you essentially state that the mayor will appoint 5 members to the committee, and any vacancies will be filled by existing chairs of existing city committees on a first come, first, you put in some, well, first availability. And then just a disclaimer about excluding a committee that the conflict would relate to, right?
All right. Any other comments on this or concerns with that recommendation? All right, we good moving forward with that? Okay. Next, discussion regarding ordinance 81826, parking in downtown. Matt.
This issue was brought forward by Chief Weiner. In the memo, there's a kind of a depiction here. You can see shaded in yellow that this is a good problem for us to have. The popularity of the bakery has increased the amount of vehicles parked along this section, and it's created a safety issue for turning movements. And I know Dennis can address this with any further questions you have.
Alder Rusted?
Just when we move it forward, make sure we correct.
Yeah,
Make the
that's an error
correct-
on me, that it
the-
shouldn't say North Water Street, it should say South Water Street.
Right.
And the ordinance itself does not reference North or South Water Street, it just says Water Street.
Anybody else? Questions, comments, concerns? Alder Lawson?
So, let's say that we restrict parking there. Is there anything restricting parking on the opposite side of the street? And do we just move that problem to the opposite side of the street?
On up, chief.
I'll answer kind of what the issue is from my perspective. From my perspective, and that's a route I take back to the police department very often, is east on James and right on Water, is with traffic parked along James Street in front of the bakery, when you make that right turn onto, all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's a car right here, and then you gotta go into the other lane. So is that, it's not displacing that anymore than if you're making the right turn and there's a car at the stop sign facing north to go onto James Street. So I think it's reducing the problem. I don't think it's gonna eliminate it, but from the perspective of, I'm surprised with the increased amount of times I've seen vehicles parked there, we haven't had an accident there yet. And once or twice it's caught me by surprise when I've turned on that street. So I'm trying to be a little proactive here and just maybe move some cars from that first section.
And Chief, if I could ask a question, is it pretty safe to say there's always existing parking in the Water Street parking lot?
Yeah, exactly, absolutely. During the day, there's vehicles in it, but there's plenty of parking in that during the day. And at night, just as much.
Alder Rusted?
Can we word it that he has the power to put no parking on the east side at a later date if this problem moves to that side, or do we have to bring it back? Or can we word it in the ordinance that the chief has the power, shall he see fit, if the problem moves to the east side?
I think you could amend the ordinance to include giving the chief of police permission to restrict parking on the east side of Water Street as well.
Alder Fuller?
Hi. My question would be signage. there hasn't been a restriction parking there for how many years? Yes, it's been done, and you may signage, reading is, are we gonna have signage to help identify? Because that's the first thing someone's gonna get upset about is a ticket when I've always been able to park there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, will definitely go up, and potentially when they're painting curbs, maybe painting some of that yellow. I don't want to speak for or give Public Works any extra work, but signage is absolute. I mean, yeah, they have to be put on notice that they can't park there in some way, shape, or form, and it's just, you know, I see it firsthand. It wasn't just based on a complaint, and like I said a couple of times, making my right turn onto Water Street has caught me by surprise. And there's even been semis parked there making deliveries as well that make it even worse.
One more comment. I think it's wonderful being proactive in trying to alleviate that before something happens. I think that is important.
Alder Reed?
Oh, thank you. Yes, for a signage, I was just picturing one of those no parking from here to corner signs. That's,
Well, on the west side, that necessarily wouldn't work because it starts at James and then it goes to the driveway up the alley, so that isn't
Okay.
really a corner. No parking anytime would be very sufficient, and that's a common sign.
thank you.
All right, any other questions, comments, concerns on this? Good moving forward? All right,
Thank you.
thank you. Discussion of appointment of additional 2026, 2027 election inspectors. Susan?
I was approached by 3 residents that would like to be added to our this year and next year's election inspector list, and that's Elizabeth Gilbertson, Ryan Rostad, and David Stira. And I have absolutely no problem with that because the more the merrier. It's always interesting trying to schedule people with work schedules and vacations and things. So if I can get a few more hands on deck and get them trained up, that would be fantastic. Thank you.
Right? Any questions, comments, concerns? Good moving forward? All right, that is it. I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
We got a first by Alder Rastad and a second, was that you, Alder Reed? Did you? Woo-hoo, Alder Reed got it. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned.
Thank you. Welcome to tonight's Common Council meeting of Tuesday, July 7th. And I would look for a roll call, please.
Finkler.
Here.
Fuller.
Here.
Hammer.
Here.
Lawson.
Here.
Reed.
Here.
Relke.
Here.
Rostad.
Here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I acknowledge this meeting was noticed and posted according to law.
Okay, thank you. I would look for a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
So move. Whoop, second.
Okay, motion by Alder Wilkie, second by Alder Rosted. Any discussion on the agenda? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Public comment? There is none, okay. You have in your packet committee minutes for file, the Eastern Columbia County Joint Municipal Court of November 24th of 2025, Library of May 19th of 26, PFC of May 12th of 26, and Public Spaces of May 11th of 26, and Recreation of April 20th of 26. Then we will move on to the consent agenda. which is the Committee of the Whole and the regular Common Council meeting minutes of June 16th of 2026, and the mayoral appointment of Mark Rohde to the Board of Review.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, motion by Alder Rolke, second by Alder Finkler. Any discussion on the consent agenda? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, next would be number 4, which is to consider and take action on ordinance number 817-26, an ordinance to repeal and recreate section 2-390A of the City of Columbus Code of Ordinances concerning the composition of the Ethics Committee. As stated with the Committee of the Whole, the intention would be to go out and seek 5 community members, and with the committee chairs being fillers for the seats not able to be populated. So first, I would look for a motion to suspend the rules.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Alder Rosted, second by Alder Finkler to suspend the rules. Any discussion on this item? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Then next would be to waive the readings.
Motion
to
to
waive
waive.
readings.
Second.
Okay, motion by Alder Finkler, second by Alder Rosted to waive the readings. Any further discussion on this? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Then next would be to approve ordinance number 817-26 as stated.
Motion to approve ordinance 817-26 as stated.
Second.
Okay, motion by Alder Rolke, second by Alder Rosted. Discussion, Alder Rosted.
Do we want to say stated in the cow?
As stated, Kyle,
Sure. I'll amend.
Second.
okay. Any further discussion on this? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ordinance approved. Next would be to consider and take action on ordinance number 818-26, an ordinance to create 98-77, subsection 5 of the City of Columbus Code of Ordinances concerning parking in the business district. Look for a motion to suspend the rules.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Alder Rosted, second by Alder Rolke. Discussion on this? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Next would be to waive the readings.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion by Alder Lassett, second by Alder Rosted. Any further discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, then next would be to approve ordinance number 818-26,
Motion.
as stated in Cow.
Motion to approve as stated in the cow, with the correction being South Water, and giving the police chief discretion to move it to the east side as well if needed.
Second.
Okay. Motion by Alder Rosted, second by Alder Lawson. Any further discussion on this? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. Then on to new business, and that is to consider and take action on Class A alcohol license application for licensing period of July 1st, 2026 to June 30th of 2027 for Jose R. Alvarado, owner doing business as Blanca's Mexican Store, and everything is up to date with that, correct, Susan?
Yes, he has passed his inspection, and he has been patiently waiting to start selling beer again, but he's just going to sell beer.
Okay.
I'll move to approve the Class A alcohol license for Blanca's Mexican Store.
Second.
Okay, motion by Alder Finkler, second by Alder Rosted. Any further discussion on this item? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Then next would be to consider and take action on the appointment of additional 2026 to 2027 election inspectors.
I move to approve the additional election inspectors.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Alder Lawson, second by Alder Roki. Further discussion on this? Alder Rasted?
I'm gonna announce I'll abstain from voting.
Oh, okay. All right, then, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And Alder Rasted is abstaining as stated. So, thank you. Then next would be to consider and take action regarding the adoption of the public participation plan for the update of the City of Columbus Comprehensive Plan that was discussed at the June 11th Plan Commission meeting and forwarded to here.
I'll move to adopt the public participation plan for the update of the City of Columbus Comprehensive Plan.
Second?
Okay, motion by Alder Rolke, second by Alder Finkler. Any discussion, further discussion on this item? Any questions for Mike? Okay, hearing none, then all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Then next would be to consider and take action on claims in the amount of $648,718.28.
Move to approve paying the claims.
Second.
Okay, motion by Alder Finkler, second by Alder Rasted. Any discussion on the claims? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Relke,
Aye.
Rostad,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Finkler,
Aye.
Fuller,
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Okay. Then next on the agenda is consider and take action on legal services agreement with Reuter, Whitish, and Evans. And Matt, if you. Okay, yeah, motion first thing.
I'll move to approve the legal services agreement with Reuter, Whitish, and Evans.
Second.
Okay, motion by Alder Finkler, second by Alder Rosted. Anything that you want to discuss on this?
Just highlight some of the things from the memo that we had a committee that reviewed proposals received, interviewed 3 firms. Reuter, Whitish, and Evans hit the trifecta of being the most cost-effective and also the only firm that guaranteed that rate for the first 2 years of the agreement. Also had the most amount of local municipal attorney experience. And third, our committee was very impressed with the prosecution approach and history as a prosecutor of who will be our lead attorney. His name is Dan Evans. So I think this is it's a very good firm that we'll be working with. We'll be working on a transition plan with the full transition anticipated in November of this year.
Okay, discussion, Alder Rosted?
I had a hard time finding it. Maybe I must have overread it. What was our term to go back out to bid? What was our?
It's an initial 3-year
3
with, I think there's opportunities for that to roll over, or we could choose to go back out.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion on this? Hearing none, I would ask for a roll call, please.
Rostad,
Aye.
Fuller,
Aye.
Relke,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Finkler.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Okay, thank you. Report.
Just my thanks to the volunteers of the 4th of July committee, our police department and fire department for their work for hosting the 4th of July festival. The events that I was able to attend with my family were really well done, very well received. I think we should be proud as a community of the work that group does to put on a great and safe festival. Last night, I had the opportunity to attend a meeting that held with Dodge County. Dodge County is exploring a countywide EMS service that could have implications to our current EMS agreement, as we have 2.5 of our communities in our agreement that are in Dodge County. I don't think there's going to be any immediate changes, but will be something to monitor and see how that progresses. And I think the reason the county is looking at it, there's a lot of really good reasons in terms of long-term sustainability and fewer volunteers in the EMS world, and how you continue to provide consistent service throughout the county, that there are pockets that are served differently than other parts of the county. And that's a reality in our current area as well as Columbia County. So I think there'll be further conversations, not only in Dodge County, but likely in Columbia County moving forward as well. That's all I have.
Okay. I'd like to also extend my thanks to the Columbus 4th of July Committee for all their hard work and for a successful and safe celebration. I've gotten to know a lot of the volunteers over the years, and it's definitely one of those thankless jobs, because the amount of time that they put in to ensure a good celebration is fantastic. So. Also, thanks to Columbus Police Department in their effort over the 4th of July celebration too. So just when you got that many people coming into town, I don't even pretend to imagine what goes through Dennis's head. So, so thank you. And then just a reminder that July 15th, which is next Wednesday, is the next summer concert series in Fireman's Park, and that will be the Irish Act. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So with that, I would look for a motion to convene to close session per 19.85 1G to confer with legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved, and then also convene to close session per 19.851F, preliminary consideration of specific personnel problems which, if discussed in public, would be likely to have a substantial adverse effect upon the reputation of any person referred to in such histories or data, or involved in such problems, specifically to discuss the conduct of specific public employee. So it's, when you make your motion, you can just refer to the numbers.
I'll move to convene to close session per 19-851G and 19.851F.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Alder Finkler, second by Alder Roki. Roll call, please.
Finkler.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Reed.
Aye.
Relke.
Aye.
Fuller.
I
Rostad.
Aye.
Ayes have it.